Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm smoking my pipe. This is going out the last day. Sorry, this is going out the day I've come back. I'm filming on the last day here at the farm. And it's a little bit windy for the old pipe. I don't know whether you can hear that on the microphone. Julia and I have had an amazing time lambing here, and we'll be putting together a documentary about the whole process really, and try to explain as best we can as would-be farmers what's going on. And we've been living in a off-grid cabin, which has been amazing, right at the bottom of the farm, and with the terrific views. And of course we've been blessed with amazing weather, apart from the wind, which hasn't been too bad. It's just got a slight chill to it, but we've been absolutely blessed with this gorgeous blue skies, pretty much. A little bit of chemtrails going over, which has marred us. Off-grid, so no electricity other than up at the there's lights, there's solar panels and things for lights and that sort of thing, but you know, if you want to do anything a bit more major, you've got to go up to the farm, which is just up the hill a little bit. So it's a very relaxing retreat, as it were. And of course, this is all available for people to come do glamping, camping, off-grid cabining, and all of that. And of course, it's got lots of walks and things. And I'll put the link in the description. Westland Farm, near Kentisbury, near Barnstable. But I'll put the link in, and it's a beautiful part of the world. For me though, and for Julia, I'm sure I can talk for her as well, this is a lifestyle that we want to get back to. We live in a town. Most people live in towns or cities and things. And it's very difficult, and we've been talking about it for some time, to get back to the land. We spoke to some farmers at a livestock market, and I put the question to them, do you think with the pressure the government, don't talk to me about the government, the pressure the government are putting onto you farmers, that farmers will need to sell land? And they said no. In their opinion, they thought that land prices would rise because it would become a premium, which for those of us who want to get onto the land and be the new farmers, and admittedly I'm not in the, well, I consider myself in the prime of my life, but other people perhaps wouldn't. But to get, you know, young people in their late 20s, 30-year-olds onto the land to farm, that's going to be a problem for the future. And we really need to get young people who've got their life ahead, a future ahead, to get onto the land and do farming. Whether that's livestock farming or, of course, agricultural farming. The farmers we spoke to and we saw at the livestock farming market, they were all 60 plus, apart from two guys running the place who were in their 40s, who were very happy to take and talk to us, seeing that we were keen about it. But I said to them, who's taking this on? When you've gone? And they just shrugged. They really had no idea, because there is no young blood, it seems, coming through, which is a worry if you're thinking about food security. Do we want the Bill Gates burgers? Do we want Sainsbury's synthetic foods grown in underground chambers and, you know, all of that? No. And staying where we've stayed on the farm with the lovely Nikki and Andy and her son Will and his girlfriend Emmy has been an amazing experience to be able to talk to them, because they've been farming for a long time. And it's a way of life. They are more holistic than perhaps their neighbours, who have a different way of doing it on a much larger scale. This is quite a small scale, I suppose, in today's standards, in industrial standards, but this would have been how many farms used to farm. Smaller scale, more hands-on, mixed farming with animals of all different types. We have pigs here, there are beef cattle here, chickens. It's that time, piglets are running around like billy-o. And of course, the main stock is the sheep, the ewes, and it's lambing time, and we've been there. And you'll see in the documentary, Julia and I are both at it, at the end, pulling out the lambs, helping those mothers who are, struggling. And it's not all merry, jolly, happy. There's some sad moments as well, which we sort of hinted at in some of the little reports that we've been putting out. I watch a channel. It's a very small channel with a chap called Father John, a parson's progress. I'll put a link in the description. If you watch my smoking channel, my pipe's gone out, by the way. If you watch my smoking pipe channel, I promoted him a bit because he's living off the land and off-grid, effectively in the middle of nowhere in Shropshire, and he's doing up a tumbled house. Okay, not farming in the same way, although he is actually planting some tobacco seeds and planting a few bits and pieces. It's a way of life that many people would like to do. It's hard work, of course, because you don't have all the immediate resources that you have when you live in a town. You can't just nip to the supermarket, or you can't just nip down to the hardware store and buy another bag of nails. You've got to get in the car and drive off, and you're trying to be as self-sufficient as possible. It isn't as easy as everybody thinks, and we know that. But there's a certain quietness, there's a certain peace, there's a certain being one with nature and being part of the world in a way that feels right and true. And that's what Julia and I want to get back to. And we're in a very difficult time, it seems to me, with the way that the dark forces, the manipulators of the world, the narcissistic people who are trying to control everybody else. Incidentally, a lot of farmers have no notion of this, it seems to me, because they're isolated. They're so busy doing what they love doing. They can't see, and why should they? What's going on, the manipulation that's going on. But we will get through all of this, because I feel that the nature and the earth, the universe itself, is not going to let all this go down. I think there's a lot of fear-mongering out there, especially on YouTube. I mean, mainstream media we know, but I think there's a lot of fear-mongering, and I think we have to stay positive and look to it. We will get there, and as much as I can with my little channel, and the lovely Julia and I will try and show and demonstrate how you can go from the town into the country and survive. But it doesn't happen overnight. In the meantime, we've got some lambing to do, and I'm going to try and get my pipe lit. So thank you for watching. The documentary might take a few days to get together because I've got to edit it, but hopefully in a few days it will be there. Until next time, thanks for watching.